Our film was called Iniquitous, and we chose this name because it means evil, unjust and sin, and we've chosen to do a psychological thriller. Our film is about a serial killer on a rampage. He has OCD tendencies, which leaves traces which we can hint at in our opening sequence. Each murder links and leaves slight traces, which we'll also replicate in our opening sequence montage. Two police officers have to solve a murder. The murderer contacts one of the officers mysteriously and untraceably, and we have included a psychological element where this messes with his head and shows his uneasiness. Combined with the strain of the hugest case of their lives, this mounts into conflict between both officers, and their relationship becomes strained. The character changes, as with the film's deliverance, throughout the film, and Officer A thinks that the other is keeping something from him, where we see elements of paranoia, and they are pushed apart further. The film will climax with a twist where Officer A turns out to be the murderer. He's shown to have a split personality disorder and memory blackouts, which we took inspiration from the butterfly effect and Fight Club. The film will end in almost a state of equilibrium with an unambiguous ending for the audience, knowing where things stand, but we wish to avoid a happy ending as this leaves the audience on the same note of suspense compared to the film.
With our opening sequence, we wanted to do a montage of almost police report, as we thought it would fit in with the officers and the theme that we've got already run through the storyline. We were thinking of having things like a non-diegetic sound with helicopters and like the noise from the whirring going over the top of it, and the stuff that you normally hear, like car sirens and stuff going over the top, with perhaps some background music as well as a narration of some sort. We wanted to have our title sequences in like a typography kind of fashion, with having the directors' names and actors' names and cast listings coming up as if somebody was typing them out on a typewriter and things like that. We were thinking of like at the beginning of 7, we were thinking of having a montage as well, clips of certain things, not of the same kind of aspects as the serial killer, like filing down his fingerprint, but perhaps things like the crime scenes that the officers are attending, press releases.
We've got two main characters in our opening sequence. They are Tom Burke and Charlie Miller. Charlie Miller plays sort of like a hero type character, like an icon who you would want to be. He thinks he has a strong partnership with his other partner, who is Tom Burke. At times it can be quite cool, but when things get tense, he's the first to resolve it. Our other character, Tom Burke, the word Burke means untraceable, not to be found. He has a split personality, but he's aware that he is a murderer. Tom Burke may be a detective, but he is also the murderer. He plays a sort of a red herring character. Also, this is perfect because he's authority and sort of gives it away. Well, characters.
Well, for our characters, we're going for a normal, old-fashioned detective look. We want them to be sort of like they're iconic, like you know what they are straight away. We want to go for the sort of trench coat look and maybe the top hat, something a bit like this I did. Everyone can see it. So it goes for the traditional old detective look. So they look like they're in control of the scene of the crime. And for the Tom Burke character, we're going to try and go for a darker looking coat. Sort of like, we kind of make it look like more darkness and shadow is on that character, to sort of give you an indication that he could be bad. For other characters, we have a newsreader who's going to be wearing, obviously, just a normal posh suit and just sitting at a news table and reading out the story. This will come in short cuts, maybe, throughout our sequence. And last but not least, we have setting ideas. We have an idea for places of murder. Places of murder will usually be fields, and it will usually show the bad character, the Tom Burke, and he'll be always stand there. He'll be looking very shifty, and it'll be in an open space, like trees, field, and you'll be able to see the murdered victim in the background, zipped up in the body bag, sort of show you what's happened. So you get an insight as to what the film's going to be about and who's going to be involved in it.
Our inspiration for the film is 7. We like the montages, the shaky images, and typography credits. The way that it doesn't tell you everything at first, it's kind of vague and mysterious, and the close-up shots in the montage also give an added element of mystery. We also like the film Deliverance, the way the sound is more important than the image in the establishing scene. There's lots of busy sound with an emptier shot, which is what we plan to use at the crime scene. The sound will start before the image, the slow panning shots, and they use radio music and morphing sounds. Fight Club and the Butterfly Effect are also inspiration for our film Hypnosis. The plot is inspired by twists and elements in these two films, such as the split personality, personal struggles, and mental health. There's some examples.
Do you mind if we only look at that example, just because we're running short of time? It's brilliant. In terms of the, the rest of PowerPoint, but no more time. That's it. Brilliant, thank you.